What's going on, guys? I'm Nick the Tutor, and this channel is dedicated to improving your SAT, ACT, and AP scores. Now, woo! Yeah! Yes! We have a video for the class of 2022-2023 and anyone interested in the changes to the SAT. In this video, I'm going to discuss how possible changes to the SAT will affect students going forward, and those in particular, the students in the class of 2022-2023. Now let's get into it. The changes to the SAT may be shocking, they may be blockbuster news for a lot of you, but they haven't really affected anyone in any appreciable manner yet. No one cared about the essay. Remove the essay, dude. Just get rid of the essay. The essay is garbage. It's trash. No one likes it. No need for that. Just get rid of it. I predicted this before. It's gone. No one cares. It's changed nothing. So that one's out of the way. The other big one would be the removal of the subject test, which we'll get to, but I want to get into how any possible changes for the future will affect you. So let's get into it. Let's spend a little bit of time on the essay, guys. What did that essay do? Well, I guess in theory, it helped colleges evaluate a little bit about your writing skill. Luckily, that was not taken too seriously by most colleges, and going forward, since it's gone, they'll be relying on your, college application essays and maybe writing samples or something else, but you won't have to worry about that, and that's probably a good thing. The only benefit to the SAT essay was it did give you a picture of a student's true writing ability, because it was a time test and they couldn't have someone else edit it for them. So it was really just the student, no parents, no Uncle Steve, no Aunt Sally, no grandma, grandpa, no college admissions consultant helping you with the essay. So that was probably the only value, and I guess that will be a concern for some of the colleges going forward, but I'm sure they'll find a different way around it. Now, what does this mean? Well, what it means for you guys is that there's going to be a greater emphasis placed on some of these supplemental essays, and colleges will probably start increasing the amount of supplemental essays. You're probably like, Nick, man, what are you talking about? I already have to write 15 supplemental essays for my college applications. Well, I feel you, dude. Like, you're probably gonna have to write 20 now, and that's just the facts. It's gonna be more supplemental essays, more effort put into your applications, and just generally more effort all around needed. So the effect you're seeing already is when you remove parts of standardized tests, more work needs to be done outside of the standardized test. So imagine removing the entire SAT, you're gonna need massive extracurriculars, massive grade improvements, and probably other tests that you're gonna have to do. So be careful what you wish for. Now, what do you do to plan for this? You wanna start planning and brainstorming already for ideas for why do I wanna go to X school, what makes me diverse, and other popular supplemental essay topics. Now, you can look at one of our prior videos, which is topics to avoid, that will greatly help you avoid certain topics that will not be preferred on college application essays, but it is really important that you start focusing on this and that you realize that it's going to be of added importance going forward. Look, do you have to start writing your college application essays a year, 2 years in advance? No, but it's a good idea to start thinking about some of the things that you want to say so you have time to prepare for those when you get them. When it comes time to do these essays, guys, you may want to ask for help. There's workshops in your school, possibly. There's workshops online. Think about getting some help if you need it, because there's going to be a much greater emphasis on this part of the process. Now, moving past the essay into the more, I would say, influential part of the process is the removal of the subject test. The subject tests are now gone, and that is huge because that was a great way for a lot of students to show added skill in math, added skill in English, added skill in a language, whatever the case may be, science, history. Those are now gone, so you're gonna have to find a different way to show those skills. Now, why did they remove them, right? Good question. Mostly economic reasons. Look, when times are tough for businesses, they consolidate what they're doing. So the College Board's probably struggling a little bit. So like, look, let's get rid of the fluff. Let's make everybody happy. Get rid of the essays, get rid of the subject tests. Not a lot of people do these things. It's not a huge money maker for us, even though they said that it was, probably a lie. Let's get rid of them, consolidate our products, focus more on the SAT, focus more on the AP exams, and put added emphasis on the things that they have that they feel actually work. So that was probably a smart business decision and kind of makes sense in the current landscape. The other thing was a lot of colleges weren't requiring subject tests. So if colleges aren't requiring it and they don't really want to see it, then why would you do it, right? And the other thing is there's a lot of overlap with the APs. The APs have expanded, the subject tests have wound down. So I think it was actually smart. Wind the subject tests down, focus more on APs. Maybe they'll bring out some more AP exams. Maybe they'll develop some new curriculums. Maybe they'll open up APs to everybody, even though they technically are. Maybe they'll have like online AP exams, or they'll give AP exams at test centers that kids can just take. Maybe they'll have them given on the same days as SATs. So there's a lot of variables. But for you guys as the students, you need to prepare in advance for class of 2022, 2023, you got to start taking those AP exams, man. You got to take the AP exams and you have to do well in them because they're going to be an increasingly important part of the college application and really important for showing course rigor and really important for showing that you're a committed student and you're willing to take a college level course or a higher level course. Now, what does this all mean? Well, it actually increases the focus on AP exams and standardized tests, probably a little added focus on the SAT exam. I think that's part of what they did as well. A lot of students that may have done some kind of a test flexible policy, or they may have just taken subject tests and applied test optional, or whatever the case may be, I think they're placing more emphasis on the SAT, and we're seeing an increased demand in terms of students studying for SAT and ACT. So that is increasing. So it's going to be an added emphasis on the SAT and an added emphasis on the AP exams especially. So now, without the world history subject test, you're going to have to get a 4 or 5 on the world history AP exam. So that's kind of what I'm saying, is there's going to be an added emphasis on that, and it's going to kind of be expected, right? If you're trying to apply to a highly ranked college, say top 50, and you don't have any AP exams, unless your school doesn't give them, college will be like, what's the deal? You know, if you're not sitting in your SAT, you're not sitting in your AP exam scores, even though those are not technically considered yet, that may change, right? That may be part of the considerations. Advanced, subject scores. I mean, new metrics will probably emerge because students are going to need ways to stand out, right? If we all get lumped together, then it just becomes a lottery, and I don't think students really want that. But you know what? Let me know. Comment down below. Would you prefer the college process to be a lottery, or do you want test scores like AP exams to matter? Let me know. Now, one of the good things about this that may seem like a negative at first about, focusing on AP exams, that you're going to have a longer time to prepare for tests. AP exams, you have a course for a whole year. So there's plenty of time for your teacher and your classmates to work on preparing you guys for the test. So it's kind of a better situation, right? Instead of having to cram for these tests, you're gonna have all year to study for them. So that's probably a lot better than the subject tests where most students were just cramming for them in 1 month or a few weeks. So let's wrap it up, guys. What does this mean? If you're in the class of 2022, 2023, you need to do a good job, plan out your course schedule for as much time as you can in advance. And obviously you don't have a lot of time. There's really not much you can do right now, but for the students in class of 2024, 2025, you have to plan out more AP exams, more rigorous course load, and to do well on your SAT or ACT, because with less metrics, it's really going to be harder for you to stand out. With a lot of the extracurricular activities being removed because of the coronavirus, it's going to be all the more important that you keep up your academic rigor and keep up your grades. So that's my advice. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you think this is a good idea that they remove these tests, or you think that it's a poor policy, let me know and we'll talk about it. I'll see you guys soon.